Alright, so this is my current Season 11 build. What I'm running is the Rathma 6-piece, which gives you the bonus to the minions when you cast the skeletal mages. I have the Jesseth 2-piece, and I got Dainty's Bindings as my belt, and currently I got Nemesis Bracers as my bracers because I have ancient ones, and it helps get through the rifts a little bit faster. I'm running Circle of Illusions of Old with Unity, and I got a Hellfire Amulet. It's the amulet's pretty interchangeable. Uh, it just works better for my build. I'm running the Enforcer Gem, which I have at level 70, the Zaya Stone of Vengeance, and the Bane of the Trapped. And for my skills, Bone Spikes, that's my essence generator. I have Skeletal Mages with Singularity, Devour with Devouring Aura, Frailty with Aura of Frailty, Command Skeletons with Dark Mending, Decrepify with Dizzying Curse, and for my passives, I have Overwhelming Essence, Final Service, Spreading Malediction, and Grisly Tribute. And for my cubed powers, I have Relina's Shadow Hook, Tasker and Theo, and Crisbin's Sentence. Now, I've seen a few builds on this, and they used the Simulacrum, or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, Simulacrum. I don't like it. It's got a long cooldown, so I've modified the build a bit. I'd rather have Devour and Frailty. I use Frailty as my safe zone. I stay at a distance. If they get close to me, Frailty cuts, a chunk off their health. So currently I am 856 on the leaderboards. I've cleared Greater of 79 with this. I've augmented some gear. I have not been able to get too many ancient rolls on this gear, but I've augmented what I can, and I'll show you what happens when I run a tier 13 Nephilim Rift. And Nemesis Bracers always help with rifts. You gotta make sure you stay away from some of the stuff. It's not a tanky build. You're relying on all your pets to do the damage. But if you can just stay at a distance and let the pets do the work, this build is pretty nasty. You definitely don't want to get hit by that. And with Singularity on the mages, you at Torment 13 it doesn't really matter that much, but on Greater Rift 70 plus, you want to make sure you have full essence when you cast it. I mean, you look at my damage numbers, I'm hitting into billions. And you always just want to be aware of what you're fighting.
I'm afraid not.
never want to stand in those. Overall, I think this build is pretty good. I like it. I have fun playing it. I come off of Witch Doctor from last season, and so far I've surpassed what I've done with that. So I'm pretty happy with the Necromancer. I'm pretty sure next season it'll probably get a pretty good nerf. And I've gotten almost every other set. I'm one set short. But I've tried out almost every set except for Trag'Oul's, and they're all pretty much on par. And with this build, you definitely want to make sure you command your skeletons as much as possible. They get a 400% bonus every time you command skeletons, and they seek out the next enemy when that enemy dies. So you always want to be commanding your skeletons and getting your mages out as much as possible. That ring makes it possible to cast 2 at once. That ring is a must-have. If you don't have it, you need to just farm until you get it, because without it, I'm sure this build would be viable, but not quite where you need to be for pushing greater rifts in seasons. I try to cast Decrepify as soon as I see the enemies, because it's going to amplify my damage. Anytime they're stunned or any kind of crowd control at all, they're going to take more damage. And then the boss goes down pretty quick. So I'm really enjoying this build. I've beat Greater Rift 78 so far, 79 so far, and it wasn't too challenging. The boss was the hardest part, and it was just a bad roll on the boss. So, you know, I advise you check it out. It's the Rathma set is the set for the season, and it's a very good starter set that can be a really good in-game set. So I hope you have fun with it. I hope you liked the video. Please leave a like. If you want to play Diablo sometime, hit me up on PS4 by Mikey G. I'm playing pretty much all season. So have fun, guys.